What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Men's Club, episode 8. And I was told to tell you guys I'm an idiot. And we're doing the EDC today because I can't bring my gear still, as I couldn't last week. So here we are. We're going to open it up with EDC. And for people that don't know what EDC is, it's going to be everyday carry. And without further ado, I'm RD.
I go last.
He goes last. I'm still RD.
I'm Jordan. I'm TJ, and real quick before we get to him, I have to issue a correction from last episode. So, I'm kind of stupid too, and I fixate on like one location sometimes when I get to talking about places. Jelly Belly is in Wisconsin, like right on the line between Wisconsin and Illinois. I don't know why I said Tennessee. So yeah, that's the correction.
Well, that's close to the line between Wisconsin and Illinois.
It's the other. It's the southern line. If you use Illinois as the line, it's on the Wisconsin-Tennessee line. But that it's been corrected on Twitter, and now it's corrected here, so we can move on.
And I'm Pops.
All right, there we go.
There it is. We finally got to the introductions. You knew we'd get there.
Yeah. So, let's see who's actually starting the EDC today. Is it?
I mean, it don't matter to me.
Well, we can talk too real quick. For this EDC, for everyday carry, some people, I mean, it's been done to death, will do just your everyday carry, like pistols, your everyday carry this. We're doing anything that you carry daily that's either on you or within, a short walk to your car, basically.
Well, not even just like a short walk to your car, but, everything that's going to be here, it's within grabbing distance in our car.
Yeah.
If we're, if a situation happens and we are sitting in the driver's seat of our car, we can reach and grab everything.
Yeah, you don't even have to get out.
Have here today. Yeah.
You don't have to go get in the trunk or anything. It's right there.
So, I mean, Pops is going to be the most difficult because I know most of his gear already. TJ's got a bag too, so I say we start with TJ and then work it from there.
And just go bag to bag.
Sure. Why not?
Let's do that here.
All right, so I'll start off with my carry piece because it's already laid out. So I go simple with a Glock 42 in just a simple Uncle Mike's holster. It does have a few modifications, and just for the camera.
Now, question real quick. We showed the 19 last time.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all haven't seen the 42 at all then?
So the 42, like the 19, because I can't bear to not play with my stuff. It has a few upgrades. I've got...
Whoa.
I wasn't stopping him.
I've got... Wow. Okay. I've got...
We're 14. It is what it is.
I've got metal high-vis night sights. They are Trichicons. They're tritium, so they glow in the dark. I have a Streamlight TLR6. It's going to be a 100 lumen flashlight and a laser. And then the grip is stippled. And then for my magazine, these normally hold, I want to say, 7 shots. I have a Hive Industries aluminum pinky extender that gives you +1. And then I also have a Mag Guts extended spring that gives you +1. So this little bitty mag actually holds 8 rounds, and then I top off, so I hold 9 total. And this is a 380 ACP, so basically it's a 9mm short. And I carry, it's Lehigh...
Lehigh Defense.
It's Lehigh Defense. There's...
Extreme Penetrators.
Yeah, no, it's Extreme Defenders. The Penetrators are...
Yeah.
So these are really interesting. They're a full metal jacket design, but they're actually cut... and you'll see when we do the top down at the end. But they're cut like basically a broadhead arrow. They have these grooves in them that's basically like a flechette. I mean, when it goes in, these are designed to cut a hole like a hollow point, but penetrate like a full metal jacket. And that gives you a few things. Not the least of which is your ability to penetrate through automotive glass, pine board, thin metal.
Especially in a 380, that's a very important thing because ultimately you're not going to get any kind of over penetration with a 380.
Exactly, and that's why I started carrying this. So, little backstory on me: I've been just about every kind of carry guy you can be. I used to be the big tactical Ted with the Glock 19, 3 backup mags, and a backup shotgun strapped to my leg, And I'm not about that life. I found that.
I am.
Well, I found that go with what you know and go with what you can apply to everything. And so I switched to this for a few reasons. One, it's lightweight enough that I can wear it in literally any attire that I want. Gym shorts all the way up to dress pants and anything in between. Not that I ever wear dress pants, but that's a completely different story.
Yeah, that's just a personal choice.
And then two, another reason I carry it is the footprint is so small that I can deep conceal this pretty much in anything, and that's a really big deal for me. And then I went with the 380 because, like he said, over penetration can be an issue, a really big issue, and especially in most of your self-defense situations. You're going to be in public. There's a lot of potential to be in a crowd, especially in the background that we've worked in. I know at least you have worked in. Yeah. You're accountable for every bullet that you may have to fire, and you definitely don't want them going through your target, hitting someone innocent. So that's why I kind of dropped back down to the 380. But then the wonderful thing about the modern era is that our ammunition is so much better than it used to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would put these bullets up against just about anything else on this table. I think they're all 9s.
Yeah, and I got a 380 as well.
Just bullet technology. Look it up. You can carry just about anything. And two, another really big benefit to the 380 is it falls into the less is more. So less weight means I can carry more rounds for the same poundage. Less oomph compared to a 9 or a 40 or whatever means that I have more rapid fire capability because less recoil. So it's just a few different reasons why I go with the 380. I don't have a problem with any other caliber. I own several 9s. I carry the Glock 19 when I'm doing like duty wear, like outside the waistband. But generally, that's my go-to for just everyday carry for a firearm.
And I told you, like, I was 90% almost sure that I was going to buy this one today.
Oh yeah,
didn't happen. Found something better.
What's your question? You got a question? I can tell you, dude. What is it?
What number did you call that when you started?
42.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the 43. The 43 is the 9.
Well, I thought you said 43, and because I'm starting thinking, I was like, he ain't got a 43.
Oh, you got a 42.
It's a 42. They're close. The 43 is actually even bigger than this, size-wise. But then, another thing I carry every day is I carry a go bag. So this is just a messenger style. It's actually a computer bag, like a laptop bag.
I was about to say that.
And just to show you how everyday it is, I think I can get some close-ups. I've got like a hole frame somewhere here on the bottom where it just gets used so much. But this is kind of what I go to in my go bag. I don't like again, I was a tactical Teddy for a long time. Full Molly assault, like go bag, rucksack, 4 days worth of hiking gear. I quit doing all that. I find that I like to be as incognito as possible. Just computer bag, simple, kind of, nothing special. Just because I don't want people using my kit as a ideal of making me a mark, right? So just an anecdote. There's a really popular story going around from another YouTuber about how he had a guy, friend of his, nice truck, big, Betsy Ross flag, vinyl on the back.
It's a good American.
Yeah, absolutely. But, AR rack on the back seat, and he goes to like Lowe's or whatever, comes back, and his truck's been broken into, all his stuff's been stolen. Because you look at that vehicle and you go, that guy's got a lot of high dollar guns and stuff, Mm-hmm. So, something to think about. But in this, I keep Nintendo Switch because I'm a nerd and I stay bored. I have ADHD, so it's nice to have something that I can just play around with. Plus, this basically functions as a tablet. This is pretty much an iPad. I mean, it's touchscreen, connects to the internet, so I can hotspot it to my phone. So that's really nice. In here, I also have my charger for that Switch, which is just a USB-C charger, and it's like massive. It throws some crazy amps, so it will also charge your phone like really fast, which is nice. And then because of COVID, I carry, and
you hit me with it every morning.
Every morning. And to one particular viewer that is watching, yes, this is yours, and yes, I stole it. But this is an infrared gun thermometer. It's like a really nice one, way better than the ones that get issued at my job, and so that's why I keep this, and it just stays in my bag. Play with that. I normally
can play with that.
I normally keep medical
Throw a
stuff in
toy.
here, like Band-Aids, BC powders. I had some like antacid stuff in here, chapstick. Reynolds ate all of it the other day, so I haven't had a chance to restock. And then wallet, I carry it's an Andar bifold. Cover all my information here. I can't remember which one this is. I think it's the Apollo. This is the one that's got the money clip instead of the band.
I believe it is the Apollo. I was there when she ordered it. I'm pretty sure it's the Apollo.
But I love this. It's awesome. I love the minimalist wallets. If you don't have one, try one. You'll never go back. Especially just find kind of if you like to fold.
Probably work if I take the cap off.
I was sitting here thinking that. I was just waiting for you to figure it out.
So there's that. What else do I have
Sorry,
in
pay
here?
attention to him.
There's a bunch more like Nintendo stuff in here, like little figurines that go with it. Just because, again, I'm a child. Yeah, all my medical stuff's not in here right now because someone ate it. Oh, I have masks that I can just hand out to people if I don't like the way their breath smells, and I can use COVID as an excuse. And I think that's it in the bag. And then the last thing I keep on me, well, the last two things I keep on me, gotta have your cell phone. This one's a Sony. It's pretty old, but it gets the job done. It's a beast. It takes pretty good pictures, so does everything I need it to do. And then car keys. I drive a Pontiac, and so that's my car keys. And that's pretty much it. I don't really keep a knife on me. I would if I had my Swiss Army knife still. I need to buy a new one, but I just don't like keeping. I mean, I have a knife on me right now, but I don't just keep one. This actually came from USCCA of all places. It was a gift for joining. Pretty nice little folder, but
Pretty sweet.
like I said, I don't keep knives that much. I like a Swiss Army knife, and I don't have a good one right now, so I usually just count on one of them to have a knife, or I can make do with biting it if it's something I have to cut. It is what it is. But yeah, I just try to keep it simple. I try to keep it lightweight, and the most important thing is to try to keep it low-key. I don't like people looking at me and going, that's the Tactical Tom that has night vision goggles in his backpack, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I carry a lot of stuff, some important stuff, some not so important, entertainment kind of things, and I mean, it's just kind of is what it is, you know? I try to think of everything that I'm going to need, not necessarily trying to take care of everyone. And so that's kind of why I carry what I carry.
Well, your EDC is very similar to mine, minus the thermometer gun, of course, but and the Nintendo Switch. But
That's just because you don't have one yet.
It's because I do want one. But mine, I carry a pistol on me. I carry a Taurus 9mm G2C. It's what?
He's making fun of you for being poor.
Cheap. You call me a poor.
One backtrack. I quit smoking 3-ish years ago, so I carry a vape pretty much at all times. Just some little small something to keep me off the stinkies.
Yeah, off the stinkies.
That's a new one.
Just throw it at him.
But yeah, unlike TJ's 380, mine's a 9mm, a little bit bigger round, and mine's it's a little bit bigger.
Well, it's like I said, it's a 9mm short. We'll get a close up, but I mean, they're close.
You can't tell nothing from that.
Mine's kind of like his. It's very compact. I usually keep mine on me, and unless I'm at work, and I usually keep it in the truck. But it's perfect for just on the go. I mean, if I'm leaving the house, I'm going to the store or whatever, or going out of town. I mean, it's easy, concealable. I mean, I have a holster for it, and I keep it on me. But if I was needing to actually conceal it, I actually have a concealed holster for it.
That's one thing I'll say about these Tauruses is for a 9 double stack, that is actually incredibly compact for what it is. I mean, it's just an nth bigger than the SIG P365 that's going around. It's such a big craze. In fact, the 365 XL is dang near the same size. I think the grip's a little thinner.
Yeah.
And this is like half the price or less.
Oh Lord, yeah. Those XLs.
Oh yeah, very
affordable.
budget-friendly gun right here. I think
The 365s are through the roof right now, just simply because they're in such high demand.
Yeah, well, the XL, I mean, the cheapest I've seen them is like $550,
Yeah.
and this is like, I mean, you can find, especially if you go used, you can find these for like $200 all day.
Shoot, lower than that.
Yeah.
I paid like maybe $130 for this thing, $140, brand new.
Yeah. But I mean, I've carried Taurus and used Taurus pretty much whole life growing up, and I swear by them. I know some people won't like them. We'll probably get some detractors in the comments, but I've ran guns like that just as hard as I ran my Glock, and they haven't bucked up yet. So.
There's actually a YouTuber that was a huge Glock fanboy, and he had every Glock that you could possibly imagine. He bought one Taurus, changed his whole perspective on everything, and now the guy owns nothing but Tauruses, and he like shoots them, stress tests them. I mean, they're a fantastic gun. I love the brand. I mean,
well,
everybody's going to have their different brands, but I'm definitely a huge fan.
Well, your polymer Tauruses I call budget Glocks because I mean they're a lot of the same, and in fact, they make clones of like Berettas and 1911s, the Beretta like M9s, and we have one of those. It's the 92 stainless, and you can ask anyone that shot it. Like put up against a real Beretta, I think the Taurus shoots better. I think
it's one of the smoothest shooting guns I've ever fired.
And like I told y'all, I mean, I had to stick to Taurus and got a 1911 today, but I can't veer away from my brand.
Does your wife know about that, or do I need to blur that out?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
What do you think she are?
Hey, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't talk about the AR.
blur that one out.
But like TJ said, very budget friendly, very concealable, and
especially for what you get. I mean, it's 12 round capacity on these guys.
Let's see, it actually said like Glock. It actually has it on here. Yeah, 12 plus 1. Yep, 1 in the chamber.
Well, just for comparison, throw that in there, and I'll throw 9. So we've got 9 in a single stack 380 and 12 in a double stack 9.
It is on safe, so yeah, it's virtually almost the same size.
It's a little bigger and a little thicker, but not much.
And it's super lightweight. I mean, you can just and when I don't carry this thing, I actually bought one for my wife, and it is also a 380, kind of like yours.
You need to change your ammo, though. I'll get you into some of this stuff. This is the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
This is the only 380 I'll shoot for anything. End all, be all. Best 380 out there.
Well, ammos right now, of course, as you guys may know, it's kind of hard to come by.
Yeah.
I got the last box of 380 that I could find, and it was, I mean, it's
through
cheap,
the roof.
Yeah, cheap rounds, but, I mean, hey, it was the last box they had. But this is a Ruger LCP. It is a 380, and you're talking about ultra compact. This thing, I mean, it slides in my back pocket, front pocket. I don't even need a holster for it.
It's so compact, I don't like it because I don't like holding it. It's so small.
Actually went on the internet today and found that they actually make a holster for this thing that's a wallet. You just it clips in and then folds over. I was showing your dad while ago.
No, that's my biggest complaint with that Ruger actually is that I've got big hands.
Yeah.
And it's not a comfortable shoot for me. I'm sure it's great for Rachel, and I'm sure it would be great for Emma, but it's not good for me.
Yeah. Well, and these mags that come with it.
Yeah, they're a little hard, I noticed, to get in.
Yeah. Well, you gotta hold the mag release button down to get it in there.
Really?
It holds 6 plus 1, and they actually make another mag for males. I think it holds 8, and that's where the
got the pinky
it's even
extender.
longer.
Extender. Yeah. It's for of course those big-handed folks.
Yeah.
And like I said, ultra compact. Like I said, fits in my pocket perfectly. I mean, she loves it. I love it. I've thought about getting one for myself.
Well, that kind of goes in with the same design philosophy as this, just even smaller. To the point of I wouldn't carry it because of just I don't like how it feels in my hand.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. If you can see, I'm 2 fingers short over here. I'm having to grip it with my middle finger.
Well, I mean, you're basically looking at the same thing if you was carrying a Dillinger or something.
Yeah,
like
little
that.
Derringer type gun.
Yeah, Derringer. I mean, it's going to be the same concept of that. I mean, it's not something that you're not trying to shoot a target at 50 feet out or anything like that. That's a close personal.
That's keep it in your jacket pocket and
Yeah.
shoot it from your jacket pocket kind of gun.
I mean, that in itself is the definition of personal protection.
Yeah.
is what
Well,
it is.
That's what I like to call the poker player's gun.
That's exactly it. That is a modern poker player gun.
No.
You skin your smoke wagon and you go to town.
No.
And talking
From about me to you.
just for a recommendation for you guys, and I think everything on this table that we all have qualifies for this. When we talk about overpenetration, the FBI statistic is 4 layers of denim, so a pair of pants folded over, and then through that into 20% ballistics gel. No less than 12 inches, no more than 16 inches penetration into the gel to be considered effective but still safe as far as overpenetration goes. And most of that's going to be your ammo, like in your 380. this Full Metal Jacket 380 will do the job. I'm just going to knock everything over while I talk about this. These Full Metal Jackets will work, but these will do great. And then, of course, your hollow points will do great.
Don't get us wrong. Super effective, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get the job done just like the Glock or the Taurus.
Bottom line, it's going to do what you need it to do.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, 380, 9mm, 40, 45, 22 long rifle, you got somebody staring down a barrel, they're not going to have the same confidence they had 3 seconds ago.
Yeah. And shot placement's a big deal, but just as a general overall.
All right, so we're back. We were going to have a special guest. Due to technical difficulties, we can't.
Yeah, it's just...
We're going to get it figured out because we do want to bring some guests on. But as of right now, we can't. So we're just going to jump right back into RD's topic, or I say his topic, his EDC kit. He just got done explaining his guns, I believe.
Yep. Taurus 9mm, Ruger 380. Cut and dry. Remove. No, I'm just playing. But
I'm done with this.
Yeah, done. But as I was saying, yeah, super compact, super concealable. Highly recommend if you don't want a bigger firearm as your EDC. Another one of my everyday carries, which I don't actually have it on me. I also carry a knife, but it's in the truck. But I also have a knife on me, usually at all times. Wow, a knife!
Where did this come from?
Oh my God!
Just miracled it in my hands. You usually have a knife. My EDC is not as extensive as yours per se. Like I don't have a cool Nintendo Switch I carry around.
That's because you just hang out with me all the time.
Yeah, I play his, and it's going to be mine. With
this now.
What?
We have actually never once played on lunch. I wish we had.
No, we just eat.
Oh, okay.
We eat and discuss the day up to that point.
But like my EDCs are not as extensive as probably most of your guys. I mean, it's going to be cut and dry. It's going to be like a knife, a gun, probably 2 guns. You know what? Screw it. 3 guns. We're carrying all of them.
We're carrying the arsenal. Mosin's in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, we got them all. But
he can't even shoot guns. That's the funny part.
Nope, never learned. Don't even know. I don't even know why I have one. But,
what is this? Where am I at?
These things should be illegal. No, but
yeah, no guns. Ban them.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Pelosi. Get rid of them.
Yeah. She's not even in our state. The all-powerful Pelosi.
Oh man.
Like I said, not as extensive. I mean, I'm just going to be carrying a gun, knife, and if I have a med kit, which I do have a med kit, it's usually in the truck or my assault pack. And unless I'm going camping somewhere, I'll have all my stuff, which I don't have.
I was saying, except for the
assault
assault pack.
If we bring it up one more time,
he EDCs everything, including his assault pack, but his assault pack.
It's nothing short of a miracle I actually have the gun today. Well, with that being said, that's my EDC, because you done pissed me off. Who's next?
I'll go next. All right, so I'm just going to start with what's on the table here.
I can't believe I got dressed today.
So first things first, I do carry a Maglite with me. I've got the LED version, and you can tell it's extremely bright.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then...
is that a Maglite?
Yeah, it's Maglite.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the brand name Maglite. We don't all just buy the cheap stuff. But
I just don't use Maglite.
Like me.
Fair enough.
I'm poor.
Let's see, the poors are into guns again.
He's a poor man.
But no. I do keep a set of ASP handcuffs in my
ASPs.
Yeah, ASP. But I do keep a set of handcuffs with me, and I do keep the key on my key ring. I'm going to show you my key ring.
No
in a
key.
minute.
You got to cut them jokers off.
Bolt cutters. But no, and then I hate to admit this, but I think I actually have the most expensive of the concealed carry guns.
Yeah,
Sticker you do. Everything together.
No, yeah, everything together. Probably real close with TJ's.
But sticker for sticker, it's
But,
definitely the highest.
I do carry a, I don't know how much you can see here, a
Pretty
Kimber
sure.
Micro 9. It's a very pretty gun, and that's exactly what I wanted. I went into the store, and I had owned Glocks, I had owned CZs, all kinds of stuff, and I said, I want a pretty gun. I've had black guns for forever, and I want a pretty gun. So it's the dual tone with the cherry grips. And
That actually has been played with by me too.
Yes, it does. he done a little trigger job to it and slide work, and it's excellent. It was excellent to begin with, to be honest, but it's
Super excellent.
Yeah, just the little bit that he done made a huge difference.
Can you do a slide job on one of these?
Yeah. Since they're getting into the ammo, you really can't tell. It is a 9mm, so I do carry 9mm Hornady Critical Duties. They are Teflon filled hollow points. So the whole idea behind a Teflon filled hollow point is it shoots through glass like a Full Metal Jacket, and then still expands once it enters a body.
Get that nice mushroom.
Yeah, it blows up once it enters a body.
Now they do have, if you're looking for those, they have critical defense.
That's the ones I use.
You don't want those if you're wanting the Teflon, the critical defense.
It has Teflon in it too.
It's a different powder charge though.
Yeah, and it's a smaller grainage.
Yeah, the duties are hotter.
Yeah,
the
duties.
my innards.
I mean, that's
way
the
that one
the
does.
biggest difference in the, and you can actually, yeah, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
The biggest difference in the duties and the defenses is the duty is a plus P, which of course just plus powder, hotter round.
Yeah.
Moving on to just stuff that I carry in the car with me. I'm actually wearing part of it here. You can see that is a bottom of a Frog Tog rain suit that I'm going to pull down.
Whoa!
On this episode of Men's
yeah.
Club,
Whole new direction for the show.
Triple X.
But
This part of the episode is behind the paywall.
Oh, yeah.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans. $100 a month.
Cha-ching, ching, pow.
well, I have so many important documents here that I'm not going to show on camera. All right. And then, much like TJ, I really love a minimalist wallet. So I actually carry, yeah, that's just a Tiffin's card. I actually carry a Fossil minimalist wallet. Also with the money clip. If you're going to buy one, just go ahead and get the money clip. It makes life so much better.
Yeah.
But
I don't like the band so much because you have to fold your bills.
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that.
That's why you get one of these.
The ultimate minimalist wallet.
The
Half a cow.
So after that,
Killed it with my bare hands.
one of my old bosses used to have a saying. It's actually TJ's boss right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to carry something to put a hole in somebody, carry something to fix it.
Yeah.
So normally I've got on me, I'm not going to take the holder off. But this is actually a cap.
Yeah, it's a cat.
Yeah. It is a cap tourniquet.
Nice.
Very easy to use. And, I mean, I love them. I like them so much better than the rats or any of those.
So the difference between a cat and a SOFTT or soft, they're almost identical. A cat has this big plastic hook to get your torque bar down into. A soft has this weird like metal D-ring you have to hook around it.
It's called a soft T, ain't it?
Soft T.
Yeah.
So wait a second. You're saying if I have to shoot somebody, I gotta fix them now?
Well, I'm going to. That's the definite way to avoid a murder charge.
Yeah. And then a rat's is basically like you see your bungee.
It's the one that heroin users use.
Yeah, basically the bungee ones are actually just medical tourniquets. A rat's actually gets more tension, and they're more for like super low pro. Like you can wear it like a belt, basically.
Yeah.
They're actually not certified by the paramedic board for use as a tourniquet, but they see them overseas because they work better on animals and children
No.
because their limbs are so much smaller.
Make sure my pockets are empty real quick. All right, just quickly moving through a few things here, and then I'm actually going to go back to the Kimber. This right here is your best friend. Just a little Bic lighter. Do what?
So just a standard Bic lighter.
Oh yeah,
Gas
And-
station Bic.
Mm-hmm. I actually bought this one at a gas station because it had the Constitution or no Declaration of Independence and everything on it.
It's extremely important to learn, especially nowadays.
Yeah. But even if you're not in a life-saving situation or a survival situation where you would need a lighter for different things, starting fires, mending garments, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Find if just everyday life. If you go out to a bar,
Mm-hmm.
every drunk wants a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have a lighter.
And the easiest way
Half
to
of
get
them don't have cigarettes.
the easiest way to get a drunk with a cigarette to leave you alone is to light his cigarette.
And watch him walk away.
Yep.
Now, as far as my knife, I carry what's called, I forget the model name, but it's made by Extreme Blades. It's a OTF out the front.
Is that the one that John Wick.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I have that one.
Yeah, that's actually called the Lightning II.
Yeah.
It's very similar in its design. The reason that I don't have the Lightning II and I have the Extreme Blades is the Lightning II is much bulkier.
It also has 2 edges.
Yeah. Whereas I like the single edge, and I like the coating that they put on the blades. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, all American blades.
And I like the glass breaker. The Lightning doesn't have a glass breaker
yeah, it's
on
got a
it.
glass breaker.
Blade
on the back.
made right here in America.
I will say,
USA.
we will all pretty much universally recommend everything on this table. Asterisk to this recommendation, though, you have to check your local laws. Some states do not allow them.
Luckily in Alabama, we have very lenient knife laws as such that you can almost conceal a machete.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2 inches short of a machete, what is technically concealable.
Matter of fact, the only thing you can't conceal is a sword. It is specifically written in the legislature. You cannot conceal, like a sword cane, illegal in Alabama. Can't do it.
And then, this will actually be the last thing before I go back to the Kimber. I have my keys here. I do drive a Chevy car, but the 2 important things on my keys are, of course, the handcuff key. Even if I don't have my handcuffs, there's a multitude of reasons to have a handcuff key, including getting out of handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. Most of these are universal, by the way.
Yes. I believe Dad's really going to be able to touch on that because I think you have 3 or 4, do you not? Or did you get the other pack?
I've got one in this pack.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Smith & Wessons have a little bit larger.
So
Size
it's
key?
weird. There is technically one brand, I can't remember what it is, that it's a different size. Their keys won't work on other ones, but the other keys will still work on theirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have them on my current boots, but they actually make boot lace ends that are handcuff keys. I love those.
Handcuff keys. They're great. And then the very last thing, you can find these at gas stations. You'll have to see it in the top-down photo because this is so small. But it is a multi-tool that hooks to your key ring. It's got a little ruler on it. I believe it's actually in millimeters. Yeah,
It's both, I think.
No, it's just millimeters. Okay. Which, of course, millimeters, centimeters, they all convert. And it's got 3 sizes of hex wrench on it. Most important part, bottle opener.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's got actually they call it a box cutter.
Yeah.
It's not as much a box cutter as it is just kind of a sharp edge.
It's a thin wedge, really, for like tape and stuff.
Yeah, you're not really going to cut anyone or anything that isn't tape or cardboard with it.
Yeah.
Whereas most box cutters are actually razors.
And it's got that flat head on it, I think.
Yeah, it's got a flat head on it, too. I forgot about that.
Pretty standard size for everything.
Yeah.
I love those. I don't know where mine come up missing to, but I used to keep one on my keychain, too.
Yeah. And then all the other stuff is just keys for various places and alarm systems.
Yeah.
But, the Kimber. Like I said, I just wanted a pretty gun.
Huge fan.
Yeah, I love it. Smooth shooting. Biggest complaint I have with the Kimber, and most 1911 style guns in general, you have to keep this gun clean.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the Glocks. I don't know about the Ruger. Never really got to mess with the.
I don't know.
These Rugers, especially, but Rugers in general don't like being dirty, especially the micros.
But the Taurus, the Glocks that you're going to see, toss them in the truck. Forget they're there. Kimber, get it out every month, 2 months, and do a good scrubbing on it, especially if you've shot it in that time. Because if it ever gets much carbon fouling on it, it will not feed.
Biggest thing isn't even necessarily the clean. You got to keep them jokers lubed. I mean, you can run a Glock pretty well dry, or a Taurus or whatever. But
yeah, I have to keep this thing clean pretty regularly. That's the only thing that I do not like about these guns. For some reason, I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but you guys can probably see if you keep it in the holster, you notice that it starts to.
Oh yeah, no, we're talking about for the function. You don't have to keep it clean.
No,
but
I mean,
the finish on these, it rusts really easy.
Yes, but as far as the function, yeah, it stays dirty too.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a sweet shooting gun.
No. Yeah. Oh, okay.
See,
My magazine,
4 guns.
7+1, single stack, 9mm.
Trash.
And the best part of mine, or I say the best part of mine, most of them have them on it, but if you hold this gun like you're supposed to, I've got a free pinky. But put the magazine in there, and even me with big hands, it fits perfect.
Yeah, I think all of us carry somewhere in the sub to micro compact range, and they've all got a pinky nub on them.
So Oh, and I really didn't touch on the rain suit. I carry a rain suit everywhere. It came in handy today. It started raining, and I never expected it to.
I actually
It fell
keep.
a flood today.
I didn't think to go out and grab it, but I keep an old school Darth Maul children's Star Wars Episode 1 umbrella that I got when I was like 6 years old. Because I love a mini, and it functions just like a mini, and you literally can't buy them anymore.
No.
So that's what I keep for my rain.
That
Is
is Darth Maul.
That and it's Darth
Super
Maul.
cool.
Like, yeah.
No. But the rain suit, Frog Togs, Walmart, $20. Easy come, easy go. It's great.
I'm
but-
glad you got it.
Yeah. But I guess to just sum it up, I keep it light, but I keep it a little bit heavier than these other two. Whereas Pops, who's about to finally get to talk, I know he's been just
Itching.
itching.
No, he's too busy over here talking about how poor I am. Making side comments like, "Oh, you're trash."
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Buy a real gun. What, you don't have $1,000?
I'm gonna drive home crying tonight.
Okay, first of all, let me start this by saying I'm the oldest one here, and therefore I've been collecting things for EDCs, camping, stuff like that longer than anybody has, and I've got a bag that I keep in my truck. And I was telling them I just brought out one of the pouches that is in my bag because I'm a pouch guy. I've got a bag that's full of pouches.
Camel pouches?
No.
No? Okay.
But
Got
if there was,
a bag that's full of bags. It's full of bags.
Now, here in the South, everyone has a bag full of bags.
but the thing is I made this comment, the fact that if I had to grab one pouch, it would be this one. And my EDCs are set up more along the lines of, I guess, all case scenario kind of thing. I kind of look at all things that could possibly happen, or try to anyway.
Less every day and more every situation.
Yeah, I'm more of a situation person. And so my EDC, of course, phone, iPhone, wallet. I'm like the other two are. I keep them minimalist wallet with me. It's got the clip in it also.
Is that an Andar? It looks a lot like mine.
No, it's Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon special. Hey, anyone who hates on Amazon special just ain't got Amazon Prime.
That's facts.
That is true. I love my Prime.
And as far as everything else goes, I do carry a pistol also. Mine's, of course, it's just a regular case. Mine's a Glock. It's a 43. It's a 9mm. Just to let everybody see that it is empty. My bullets are a little bit different than what everybody else totes.
Got the and these may not fire actually.
No, they'll fire.
Oh, they will.
They'll fire. They're different. What are they called, Jordan?
I believe they're called Federal Guard dogs, if I remember correctly.
They
are not. They are Barneses.
Yeah, they're a self-protection, home protection type ammunition. It's meant. TJ was describing it or explaining it very well about the fact is of over penetration, and that's what these are set up for. Not to do that. They can actually be fired in crowds and things.
I will say these are also a plus P, by the way.
Yeah.
And they have a massive cavity. Honestly, if any of you have seen a HydroShock, they remind me so much of a HydroShock. It's crazy.
I think that's actually kind of like the replacement, quote unquote, is a HydroShock. Because you can't buy these anymore.
I haven't been able to find them. I've looked for them because I want some.
But all of my pistols, that's what I shoot out of them. And just real quickly on the 43, it's just like everybody's talked about it. And here's the thing: it's personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. What feels good in your hand, what you like to shoot. You know, I've got medium-sized hands. I can fire this gun no problem, especially with the extender that comes on the mag. It's a good placement. It's easy to conceal. You don't have to have a holster to do it. Matter of fact, I've even got an extra, just a clip that where you can clip it inside your pants or on a belt or wherever you need to. No big modifications to this one. I actually have a 19 that has been modified.
Pretty
in several
done up,
different
yeah.
places. But I don't carry it as my personal protection. It's more of a when we're just going to shoot that I shoot it, and of course home protection with it.
Well, I mean, if we're just really going to dive into this about the guns, all of us except RD are pretty big handgun guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm new to the whole handgun thing.
Yeah, so we've got several and we use them in different instances.
Well, that's two things I want to mention too. By the way, is I make jokes about the tactical Tom, but if that's what you're comfortable with, carry it. I don't care. It's your business.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I want to touch on real quick before you hit your segue, because I think it's gonna be an important segue. On your carry pieces, I recommend any upgrades that you do only be basically external, like a light stipple grip sights. You don't want to start mucking with the internals too much because it could cause something. It was built this way at the factory for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So even with an upgrade, depending on what you do, it could potentially make it fail on you.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, I probably wouldn't grab another pistol or even buy 1911.
Yeah, I mean, you were a rifle guy.
Yeah.
But just discussing the pistols, I thought I would mention that because while we are showcasing these today, I still got a G22.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got a CZ. You know, my wife carries a Shield.
Mm-hmm.
We've all got different preferences for different things, and that's what really this showcases as far as the handgun options go.
Yeah, well, this is
Draco, Mosin.
Well, this is every day, right? So, like I said, my duty piece for when I'm doing like work professionally or like out on the range, whatever, at the house, I usually keep a 19 that I've done a little bit of tinkering on. But then if I'm feeling something kind of dressier, you know, barbecue kind of gun, cookout gun, I've got a special edition Ruger SR9C that I carry. And then just as a collector, I have 2 black powder pistols and a cool, we'll have to do a video on this sometime, a Makarov. It's not like a normal Makarov. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what, 4 or 5 right there?
Yeah, several. Either way, but just thought I'd touch on that while we were in the middle of a important part of Pops' talking.
Y'all done?
Yeah.
Yes. You may continue.
Think I can do mine now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Second stretch.
What?
I am a huge.
You can go ahead now.
This is gonna make you set a truck.
Joke's on you. I
Time
live
out.
anywhere but my house.
Whoa. Okay.
Bleep that out.
I'm a firm believer in the theory of gray man. Always have been. PJ's mentioned 2 or 3 times about tactical Tom. Tactical Tom will get you killed, and especially in situations where, luckily in this country we haven't seen it happen, where you're dealing with martial law, you're dealing with, heaven forbid, a foreign army that has came in. Tactical things seems to get looked at.
Unwanted attention.
Exactly. They draw unwanted attention.
Not like they used to. I can say that now. 10 years ago, if you come out with camouflage pants on, combat boots, a shooting vest, and things like that, a tactical style backpack, people are going to pay attention to that. It's more common. You see it more now, so it's not as bad. But I still, believe in the least that you remember of me, the better off I am, especially in situations like that. And that's basically what the gray man talks about. I may do a segment on that one podcast. But the thing is even as black and the skull on the front of it, things like that, this is not something I would pull out and have waving around where people would see it. Matter of fact, this thing will fit my cargo.
It goes
short.
in a pocket.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. It normally lives inside a backpack.
Right. So I mean, this is not, and my backpack looks like a regular everyday backpack.
Well, it's kind of like my shoulder bag. I like
Yeah,
to measure.
I mean-
It's more of like a backpack computer
Yeah,
bag.
I mean, it's just I just tote it around with me, and it's not as noticeable. I can move in and out of crowds without being seen with it. But with all that being said, and what I said earlier about I'm the old guy that's been collecting a lot of stuff, I got a lot of stuff in this bag. I said I'm a situational EDC, and this thing will change from time to time. There's a lot here.
That's my favorite part of the whole kit.
Oh, almost forgot.
Goon
We
mask.
live in a new world.
Yeah, got to keep your goon masks.
Well, I kind of refuse to wear the surgical mask looking thing, so I just buy the cloth mask and I wear it. Of course, if you can tell, it's got a skull on front of it. Going back to the gray man, if I was in a situation where I didn't want to be noticed, I didn't want somebody to see me, I'd flip that thing down and it'd just be black.
Yeah.
That's how I'd run that.
Just look like a neckerchief or whatever.
Exactly.
No.
very quickly on this, because like I said, I got a lot of stuff in here. Swiss Army knife. I have had this one now for about 25 years. It's one of the classics.
That's a Victorinox, isn't it?
It's a Victorinox, and of course I put the lanyard on just so I don't lose it. I have misplaced it before in the past. It does actually have the tweezers and the toothpick with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's part.
So I've hung on to that. It's, in my opinion, it's the original multi-tool.
Well, as a matter of fact, if you don't own a Victorinox Swiss Army knife, you don't own a Swiss Army knife. Victorinox is the only brand that is recognized as the official Swiss Army knife.
I gotta bust mine out. I got mine somewhere.
I've got a Gerber Dime multi-tool. Now this thing was, I thought it was a joke when I first bought it. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but now that I've had it, it's one that I really do enjoy. It's one that does have the pliers with it. It's got, I think it's got four to six blades. It's got 4 blades, all, and a screwdriver with it.
That's teeny.
And it is. It's a micro. That's what it's for. It's easy to move around. It's easy to put in your pocket. But there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Mm-hmm. As a man, you should have access to tools. Because you never know when you got to work on something. Mm-hmm. Then I have just a few knives. I'm a knife guy. They're gun guys. I'm a knife guy. I've got my first one, and of course that's my CRKT that I keep with me. This is one. This actually normally would be on my holster. Is where I would keep it at. I've had this one for a while. I really enjoy this knife. It's nothing, no thrills, nothing about it, but it's just something to have in a pinch.
Mm-hmm. I have a question on that because you'd be the one to know. Is it CRKT or is it Cricket? Because I've heard it said Cricket.
Well, it is not Cricket.
It's not Cricket.
No, it's Creek. That's how it's said.
Creek.
Crick. Yeah.
Look it up. It's actually an acronym. Is what it is.
It is. It's Columbia River
Knife and tool.
Yeah,
something like that.
Other knife that I have with me is it's a Kershaw. It's another,
you don't know words good.
It's another micro knife that I tote with me. Enjoy this knife also. Then I've got this one. It's a Gerber. Yeah. This one never gets used. I never take this one out because for one reason, and I would have to go back. And I do it pretty regular. I sterilize this blade. I try to keep this blade.
And there it went again.
And I sterilize again. But I try to keep this blade as sterile as possible because the fact is, this blade, surprisingly, it being a Gerber, is extremely sharp.
Surgical edge, really.
It really is. And that's what I would use for a scalpel, for anything like that. Moving on to the pockets. Now here.
And again, we'll have a layout of all this at the end.
Yeah.
Glow sticks.
Necessity.
You should have glow sticks, not because you're going to a rave, but because of the fact that it's a good light source that you can use and that can be very concealed and hidden, but can also give you light when you need it. Next thing I've got, wet fire. Need to start a fire, wet conditions, you don't have a lot of stuff to use. This right here will take a spark in a second. It'll burn for a long time, and it'll help you get your kindling going. Plastic bag. Plastic bag has multiple uses, including collecting water. That's another thing I forgot. My EDC. I do carry my water jug with me, so anywhere I go, you're going to see me with something that's got water in it because I drink it all the time.
Stickered up.
Plastic bag. It's a plastic bag. If you can imagine a plastic bag doing it, it'll do it.
Surgical gloves. First aid kit. First aid kit's pretty standard. The only thing that might be different is I do have a quick clot in here in case it would be needed. It's got some Band-Aids, got some medications in it that could be used.
If you are hard up for money and you can't afford a $20 thing of quick clot, the biggest size tampons you can buy, and they work for wound packing.
Or Israeli bandages.
Yeah.
This is water purification tablets. In a situation where a grid down situation, electricity is going to stop, pumps are going to stop, water is going to stand. Standing water will, of course, make polluted water. If you're out on a stream, if you're out at a lake or anything like that, take 2 of those in about a bottle, about like that size there, the one that I showed you. You drop 2 of them in there, an hour from now, you've got water.
It's the actual suggested is a quart, is it not?
I think you're right. It says it on there somewhere. I'd have to go back and look.
Those iodine?
Yes. Well, it says right there, one per liter.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay,
Iodine's
one per
good for
liter.
nuclear too, right?
Yes. Chapstick.
Gotta have it.
Need chapstick.
Yeah, lips get
There-
crusty.
Well, not just your lips get crusty. There's so many uses for chapstick.
Use it as wax.
You can use it for wax. You can use it for greasing things. You got something that's squeaky, it'll grease it. But always have chapstick with you.
That's a just talking about brand preferences. There's the difference. He is a Carmex guy. I'm a Blistex guy. I
That
love
just happened
Blistex.
the first thing I found at the.
Oh really?
You want to talk about differences? He's got a Carmex too. I keep the little tubs.
Yeah, I like the little tubs where you can just smear it.
Now, Jordan showed one over. I've got a little bitty pry bar, bottle opener, screwdriver. It's a Gerber. They call it the Shard, is what this is called, and you'll be able to see it better on the shot when it's over with.
Tactical fork.
I can take this and another tool inside here, and I can actually open just about any door that may be locked. It's not for illegal purposes. If I had to get in there, if something happened, that's what I would do. But I can take that and this.
He steals so much stuff.
This wasn't even his. He stole it.
This is actually a micro version of what is considered to be a fireman tool. When you're opening doors, you take these two items here, and well, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but I'll just say you can use these two.
My decision.
These two, and you can open pretty much every door, including deadlocks with it or deadbolts with it. Any kind of standard house door, it'll open.
That reminds me of you remember the old the cop show where they've got the hazmat guy out front. He's like, now this jar right here, you fill it up with these. Well, I'm gonna stop because I'm about to teach you how to make meth. So I can't do that, but just know with these ingredients you can make methamphetamine.
EDC screwdrivers, Phillips head, flathead. It's basically just thumb twist. Just some more tools that you might need for some reason.
That's actually EDC brand.
Signal mirror. It's a star flash signal mirror. You may need to signal someone.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually show them how to use that to signal a plane.
Yeah.
Well, you just look through it and watch your plane on the horizon and signal it that way. Because it does have a star in the center of it. You can actually see through that star to what you're looking at. So therefore, you can signal the plane. You can keep it on the plane. A lot of times, people in situations where they didn't have a mirror like this were trying to signal a plane, and they didn't realize that the beam was never actually hitting the plane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing
that's
you
what
can do
that-
is if you don't have a signal mirror like that, you can just hold up two fingers, put the plane between your fingers, and then hit your fingers.
And another
With the-
situation, if you don't have a mirror at all, CD.
Yeah. So you do anything reflective.
Yeah, because the CD's good because it's got the hole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a redundant person, and you'll see it in just a second. It's one of my fire strikers. That's all it is. It's just flint on with a roller on top of it. Some of the best sparks you'll find. I got this once again off Amazon. I believe I paid like $1 and something for it.
They're cheap. They usually come in, like if you buy a camp kit, they usually have one or two of them in there.
I've got 2 flashlights. First one's my Nano. It's a small one. If you look at there and you see that's very small in itself. It's got a clip on it you put on a key ring, but at the same time, it's pretty bright.
That's just a light bulb, is all that is. It's a light bulb with a battery stuck to
It is,
it.
but it is extremely bright. It shines, throws a good light. You can adjust it.
What kind of battery does that run?
Well, on our next episode, y'all gonna be following me because I'm getting
small
LASIK.
light, small one.
I was like, it's got to be hard to find in the store.
Maglite?
Yeah, I'm GoProing my LASIK surgery next
This is my other light. This is again if you're trying not to be seen, if you're trying to keep a low profile with something, you've got a map you got to look at, maybe you got to look at your watch and it doesn't have a light on it, or you're just basically trying to stay close to the ground so you can see things, and it is, which I don't know if y'all can see that.
I can't.
It's a red light. Very, very, very small throw, but bright enough that you can tell what you're doing. And
Oh yeah, in the
see
dark
things.
it'd be good.
I've seen all this.
Other thing,
Where
This
do you
is-
get those? I've been looking for those.
can't tell you. I'll tell you later. Now, in a grid down situation, one of the things that is going to haunt people is the fact is that they have a can of whatever to
Raviolis.
eat, and they can't open it.
Raviolis.
This is a can opener.
This is also a can opener.
That will cut your hand off.
This is also a can opener.
that will destroy half your food. But here's the thing: just don't go out and buy one of these and think, okay, I'm going to open my can with it.
Mm-mm.
Learn how to use it.
Yeah.
There's a technique to using this thing, and once you learn it, it's one of the best can openers you'll find. It's actually dates back to World War II.
That's the World War II ration can opener.
Is what they use this for.
I love those. I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm just playing with everything.
Bic lighter, just like Jordan's, buy at a gas station. Redundancy.
These are awesome, dude. I love these so much.
I thought it was out of knives.
Thought I was out of knives. Oh yeah, you got your carbon in there.
I was about to say, you got your airplane safe?
TSA approved. Not really. But they can't pick it up with a
Metal
detector.
TSA don't got to know about it.
It's plastic and it's carbon fiber. It's,
Weight.
It's very light. It's very small. Actually, in my situation, this would be used more for a spearhead or something along those lines is what I would use this for. Simply because the fact is I could attach it with line and then use it for a spearhead to maybe hunt, maybe fish, whatever you might do.
Let's issue this statement. They cannot pick it up with a metal detector, but they will find it with a body scanner.
Yeah.
Yes, they will see it with a body scanner.
Yeah. And two on those, that's kind of the same as any ceramic like spark plugs. If you ever need to get into glass, you can break some of the tip off of that or break a spark plug, get the ceramic out of there, and just throw it. And it will shatter any glass you need to.
Throw a full spark plug at a pane of glass and it'll shatter it.
Yeah.
Then lastly, now of course, if some of you see the logo on this, y'all recognize it is actually a YouTuber that I bought this from. I watch a lot of his YouTube videos, and it's very good, and we'll try to link it in the description below if you're interested in it, because he does have a shop where he sells a lot of this stuff. He has a lot of videos that teaches you how to use it. All this stuff is useless if you don't know how to use it, and it's very important that you learn that.
Well, that goes for anything on the table.
All
anything
of it,
on
man.
or off the table.
Right.
I mean, it just...
I'm going to give you a prime example. Useless.
Well,
You know who you are.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, we'll break this open. And it does come with this case, by the way. This is just my little box of
Looks like a box of junk, so it looks like.
escape and evade. Maybe would be a good way to put this. Things get bad, you know, way to put it. But
Oh, I recognize a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've got wire for snares, for traps, for whatever you might want to use it for. Also got Kevlar string, repairing clothes. A lot of uses for Kevlar string that I don't want to really get into.
Well, let's get into this one. You can actually use Kevlar string as a saw, can you not?
You can.
Yeah.
Wire ties. This will saw through a wire tie so quickly.
It also saw through you, so be careful.
This is a blade. I know it's hard to see. It's a ceramic blade. Also, it is very sterile. It's never been taken out of the pack. For minor things, it is wonderful for what you can do with it. Another blade that I forgot about that I had. It's got a saw on it. You think, well, what can you do with that? I've sawed branches with that just to see if it would actually work. It is a very tough and rugged handsaw, and it would surprise you how well it works.
Well, it's a perfect little kindling saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a bandsaw blade, to be honest with you.
More like a hacksaw.
This here, just a razor blade knife. Now remember, like I said before, that one there you get through TSA with, all this other stuff, you're not going to get through TSA with it.
No.
Compass. It's always good to know where you're going. It's small, but it does work. It is set up to work exactly like a big compass does. It's also hideable. You can hide this if you need to.
We actually talked about those at one point. You can, I don't know if you can with that particular one, but some of those you can sew on as a button. Can
Yes, you can. This one won't. It doesn't have the loop on the back of it, but
No.
but you can hold it. You can stick it in your mouth, underneath your tongue, whatever you have to do to be able to use it.
Don't swallow it. No good to you inside of you.
Metal cutter, and it will cut through metal. I have used it on metal. You think it's kind of looks like it's flimsy, but if you look, it don't bend that easy. It gets hot. You want some gloves, but it will cut through. It will cut through a piece of metal.
It's essentially just I'm guessing here, steel rod covered in diamond dust, is it not?
Basically, yes.
That's like a file, pretty much. I like that.
These two here, handcuff keys. Jordan, he's got his on there.
Just
I have mine.
Just to prove a point.
I'm gonna laugh. That didn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna work. May not be long enough. Yeah, it worked. We talked about the fact is, this is something actually that you can sew into your clothes. It's something that can be, put just a quick little, neat little thing. You see all these guys with the patches on their, like American patches and things like that. They're putting on their hats.
Me.
You can actually take one of these, stick it behind that patch, put the patch on top of it, and it'll stay there.
No. I'll tell you another really good thing for any of this stuff that you could reasonably fit underneath. What is something that will be on a person that no one wants to touch? Dirty bandage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You dirty up the front of a bandage, put it underneath there in the soft part, stick it on. Nobody's going to take that off.
2 lock picks, universal lock picks that are used most time everywhere that you go. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you this about lock picks if you don't know this. You ever watched a movie? How many of you ever watched movies with lock picks?
One or two, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever watch a movie when they're picking locks?
Yeah.
They'll walk up there and they'll take the lock pick and they'll stick it in it and they'll sit there and jiggle a little bit and the door opens.
That's not how that works.
Yeah,
That's not how that works. That's what these ends are for. You have to have something that keeps pressure on that tumbler the entire time, so that when you're working it, and here's the reality of it: you take a lock pick like this one, and they make different kinds. If you take one like this, you put pressure on it instead of you sitting there trying to MacGyver it, finesse it. Just take it, stick it in there.
Well, that's
back and forth, and you'll work the pins loose and it'll unlock.
Well, the one he's showcasing right now is actually called a snake rake, and that's exactly what it's for. Just
the other one's called a pick.
Jamming. Yeah, there's actually only one lock pick.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are forms of picks, like snake rakes and stuff like that.
And yes, you can do it with bobby pins. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
It does take a while. And better locks, you won't open it with a bobby pin.
No.
There won't ever be enough pressure to move the tumblers.
Nope.
These 3 here, they're also lock picks, but a different type of lock pick. They're set up to open up padlocks, combination locks. These locks that you see, the circles where you can't cut them with bolt cutters, all this is set up to open those up. Once again, these are useless to you if you don't learn how to use them. So learn how to use them.
Here's another thing for you, just so that you feel unsafe. Anything you got locked with a padlock, I want you to think about it right now, because most of those padlocks can be defeated by taking one of those and just jamming it all the way in, and it'll fall right out.
Well, because most padlocks, especially older padlocks, they have what they call a trip switch in the very back of it, and that's what that's what this blunt one, that's what it's for, is to take that and if it's an older lock, you have to do some study, you have to do some research on locks, you got to know what you're unlocking, and that's what it's for, is to hit that trip lock and to open it up. And that pretty much
Is that all the bag of goodies?
wraps up my I've always got my with me.
There's also, I can't remember how, but there's some way to reset a lock to the factory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0, whatever it is. I can't remember how you do it, but there is a way to go in there.
I think it's actually another one of those situations where you go around the shackle and straight through, and then it's going to move the tumblers up so you can reset it to 0, and then
you just do it.
Yeah.
So that's it. But, in all honesty, like I said, I've got these lock picks. I got all these little jimmies and all this stuff. But, I use this.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder to hide, though.
But
this
has never let me down.
Something even less hard to hide. Build up a little leg strength. Kick them jokers in.
Yeah.
That's the best.
But that's all I've got for it.
Awesome.
Carry around a crowbar and you're just fine.
Just carry around a pry bar. It's whatever. No one's going to question you. Now, what time is it?
9:09.
9:09.
Where do y'all think we're at? Because I don't know if we're going to be able to get to this next topic.
We'll be able to run through it. It's just talking about things. It's just a listicle. We
Yeah,
killed
it's-
like an hour.
I mean, y'all want to do it like a listicle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Speed Racer.
There's no timer.
Okay, I was checking to see if there's a timer so we can see how long we've been going.
No, there's not. I'm going to cut this little section out while we're talking. By the
Okay.
way. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
With this?
Oh, yeah.
Let me introduce this one.
Sure.
Okay, our next topic, we're going to go through it kind of quick. We went a little bit long on our EDCs, but what I proposed this topic this morning to everybody.
Well,
And
you proposed a topic, but you really proposed it in the form of a question.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, whose is better?
And this will also be our fun question for the comments that we always do. So.
No.
In a grid down situation, crap hits the fan kind of situation, an apocalyptic event, all these things happen. It's kind of what, we've been discussing EDCs and stuff like that. It's kind of what goes along with that. What 3 vehicles would you want? What time, and it can be any type, anything you want. And so we'll get started with that. Who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead and start it.
Hit it.
Go ahead.
I know the one vehicle that I want, and it's not a newer model. I don't know if you guys remember the old Jeep. Was it CJ? The old metal ones from like the late '80s.
I think so.
CJs.
There's a CJ, a TJ, a XJ. Senior, hit the comments because he's all about some Jeeps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Senior. But I think it's the first one I just mentioned.
Yeah, the CJs.
It's rugged. I mean, it's metal. It's not going to fail on you. Hopefully, it's not going to fail.
Well, and the one you're talking about too, and I know why you like it.
It is
the
the
reason
CJ.
he likes
It
it.
is the CJ.
It's got the straight 6 instead of the V6, and the V6s are notorious for problems. The straight 6s are ironclad.
Yep.
No.
So I got the CJ, the old reliable Ford Bronco. I want a Bronco. I mean, my grandfather has one. We used to ride around them in them going fishing and like just around town and around back road and stuff. Awesome vehicle. I guess should we do like gas friendly during this?
This is your list.
This is your list.
You can do pros and cons.
Yeah.
I'm doing pros.
Yeah, I'm doing pros and cons too.
Well, then my third one, gas-wise, we're looking at affordability and distance. Chevy Cruze. I'm gonna go
Oh,
Chevy
Cruze.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I like this.
I've never owned a Chevy Cruze. I don't think I've know anybody with a Chevy Cruze, but I know that they're good on gas. Well, Chevy Cruze or a Malibu. You got a Malibu, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I love my Malibu.
Yeah, and they-
We filled up once, and
yeah, we went all the way to Arkansas and then filled up once on the way back.
yeah, and we spent I don't know how much time driving inside of Arkansas. So
Yeah.
450 miles to a fill up normally.
Yeah. With the pros and cons, I guess, for all those, a CJ, distance. You're not gonna and comfortability. You're not gonna want to take an old, let's say, '87 model CJ, 400 miles like you would
No.
the Malibu or the Cruze.
Again, correct us in the comments because Senior knows
Yeah.
every year, serial number. He's got you.
Yeah,
he
VIN.
researches that.
Everyone's VIN.
Knows where they are in the U.S. right now.
Yep. Ford Bronco. It's gonna be basically the same thing. You don't want to take that Ford Bronco unless you're on a high-speed chase away from the law.
Low speed chase.
Low speed chase.
You know who I'm referencing. But
Very, very low speed chase.
yeah, you don't want to take that one like to Arkansas or like anywhere in the country for
Yeah.
a long distance of time or whatever. But it's like back roads and you're trying to get away from society. You're trying to hit those trails, get up in the mountains, get in the low valleys and stuff. Definitely your CJ and your Bronco is going to be the one to do it. Well, crap, the Malibu and the Cruze. I mean, the pros for that is the long distance. The cons, of course, I don't want to take a Malibu or a Cruze in back road Alabama.
No, you're not going to hit a dirt road in one of those. I'll go ahead and tell you.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
They're way
but
too low slung.
It's going to be a bad time. It's going to be a bad time for you and your car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cut and dry. My pros and cons.
That's your listicle.
That's my list. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Tickle.
List cool. God, English sucks.
All right, I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
So I kind of broke mine up into 3 schools of thought. I thought, all right, what if you got a whole bunch of people? What if you've got a medium group of people like the 4 of us?
Mhm.
And what if you're solo?
Oh, okay.
So, big group of people, I went with the 99-ish Ford Excursion with the 7.3 liter diesel in it.
Okay.
Don't know a whole lot about diesels myself, but if you've got a big group, like 15 or so, you can dump the back seats out of an Excursion, put jump seats in it, and you've got more than enough
Things
space.
are awesome.
Well, if you've got a
Yeah.
15 group of people, somebody's got to know a little bit about it.
Exactly. You know, that was kind of my thought on it.
In our 15 group of people, I know at least one that'll know a little bit about
Yeah.
diesels. So.
You know, I don't know anything about diesels personally, but somebody's going to know something. But the reason I picked the 7.3 liter Excursion versus some of the other ones, 7.3 liter Ford Power Stroke, it is the beast.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually what we use in our Humvees.
Mm-hmm.
Power
There,
Stroke.
you know, there's countless accounts. There are numerous accounts of these engines going.
Can't even count them all.
Yeah, can't
Can't even
count
count them all.
There are numerous accounts of these engines going 600, 700, 800,000 miles and
Pulling down a house.
pulling down a house.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beasts. And you know, like I said, stripping out the back seats, you can turn them into a camper shell. You can turn them into just anything you want to. That's
a lot of
why-
people do that, like low pro camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I picked the Excursion, because it is just massive. You know, there's no shortage of space. You can carry gear, you can carry personnel, and if you wanted to and you had the know-how, grab you a welder and a few sheets of steel, and now you've got an armored vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, so that was number 1, big group.
Okay.
Medium group.
But now I feel bad because mine suck. I redo.
Medium group.
He's used to being
4
issued Humvees.
4 people-ish. So what I'm going with that one.
Don't you say nothing. Don't you say nothing.
Oh, I'm surprised.
You're done.
No, listen, I'm surprised you didn't say Humvee.
No, I was
Well, I was
actually
thinking civilian. I was thinking civilian.
You can buy a Humvee for
Well,
$5,000.
well, hell, in that case, I'm going to get a Matvee.
Yeah. They can register as farm equipment.
Yeah. But the small group, the 4, I actually picked, this is going to be probably less surprising to you and more surprising to them. I'm not worried about off-roading. I'm worried about getting distance. There's a medium, we are a medium group. We want to get minimal engagement. We want to stay away from people. 99 Corolla.
Close.
Or no,
close.
99 Camry. I apologize.
Okay, still close.
Yeah, you know where this is going.
Yeah.
They run forever.
I know exactly where this is
My
going.
grandfather had one, and I don't think if Bailey couldn't destroy it, couldn't nobody destroy it.
No.
He drove that thing for forever.
Everybody.
Well, it seems like any
Uh-huh.
Toyota you get is just going to last until.
Well, after certain years, they were built to break, but 99s, forget it. You can try to break it, you're not going to. And they're another one of those 400, 500 miles to the fill up. You know, you can move on them. Now, last, you know, my thought was you're soloing this.
Yeah.
You are in the thick of it and you are by yourself. What are you going to get that can move you alone, move you quickly, and move you through harsh terrain?
Lamborghini.
No. Dual sport.
Okay.
I'm a motorcycle guy. Personally, I like cruisers, but a dual sport, just as effective on-road as off-road. It's almost like riding a dirt bike off-road. You can load it down with all kinds of crap. They've got all kinds of packs, all kinds of hard packs, particularly BMW. BMW kind of leads the reign of the
Trailers.
dual sport. Trailers, I mean, all kinds of nonsense. And if you caught a companion along the way, there's always the riding on the back option or the sidecar.
Yeah.
You know, but if you want to be able to move through a wood line with ultimate accuracy,
In the sidecar where I put the 50.
but you know, ultimate accuracy, being able to dive and weave and just really being able to move through a wood line, dual sport will do it. Especially if you have any experience on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Nerd moment. What's the zombie video game where he's riding a motorcycle trying to get away from everything?
Zombie video game?
Yeah, he's riding the motorcycle. That's his vehicle of choice. He always
I
has the
don't know.
motorcycle.
The
It's
Walking Dead.
No. It just came out. Anyway, it's besides the point. His that was his vehicle of choice because
Motorcycle.
he was like getting away from everything.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing is any kind of a saddle holster you can put on a horse, you can put on a motorcycle.
Yeah, facts.
You can put a horse on a motorcycle.
You can't put a horse on a
That's-
motorcycle.
You cannot put a horse on a motorcycle.
Wrong. I appreciate it, but you're wrong.
Why are you not fact checking me?
I didn't have to because that's not true.
That way.
All right.
Small horse.
mini horse in the sidecar with Blink technology hooked up to the 50.
Oh God. Everything's dead.
All right, TJ.
All right.
So, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so my list is also kind of all-encompassing, but for a different purpose. So I'm not thinking group size because I like my group small. So the biggest group I want is 5 people. I'm thinking about reliability, distance, fixability, and price point.
Okay.
That's my 4 categories, and all 3 of these kind of cover all of the categories to some degree, but they have different, strengths and weaknesses. First one,
Well,
20...
hold on. You said price point. In a post-apocalyptic, this is going to be my bargaining tool.
Okay, fair enough, but we're talking the vehicle that you already have. So this is one like you want to already own.
Again, bargaining tool.
But so starting off, 20 teens Toyota Prius.
Okay.
I want a 20 teens Toyota Prius.
George's like, okay.
You've got, all right,
Well,
so...
the reason I do that, which Prius are you looking at? You looking at the hybrid? You looking at the
Oh,
all-electric?
hybrid.
You're looking at the hybrid.
Yeah.
You're aware that the hybrid batteries are guaranteed to burn out at 200,000 miles?
Yes.
Okay.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Okay.
I want a 20 teens Toyota Prius because generally speaking, within your 20 teens Toyota Prius, your batteries are still going to have longevity to them for at least a little while. And then your gas mileage is pretty phenomenal outside of that.
Okay. Next question. You are aware that when the batteries burn out and start to overheat, you're rolling a bomb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Right, just making sure.
This is my kind of short term, stay on the road, stay in. And the biggest reason I choose the Prius is because of going back to what we've talked about numerous times just on this episode. Low key.
No.
I mean, I expect the Goon Squad to be rolling around in a Humvee. I do not expect the Goon Squad to be rolling around in a baby blue 20 teens Prius with a hole in the door. So yes, there are definitely downsides.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of big upsides too. Namely being that if this is your bargaining tool, no one expects to get done up by a crew rolling a Prius.
Pieced up with a Prius.
Right? So my second pick is it's my run it to hell and back, fix it. Literally a 10-year-old can fix it with a wrench. 97 to 2000 Honda Civic.
I was
D series engine.
Okay.
As you know, as we have worked on one, you can take the entirety of a Honda Civic apart with a wrench kit you can buy at any hardware store and a screwdriver.
Yep.
And put it back together with the same. I mean, they're dead nuts reliable. And we had one with a burned out wiring harness because of rat damage, and we still almost got it to start, and the wires weren't even connected.
Yeah.
They are dead nuts reliable. If you know anything about rallycross, you can get them off road. Talk about fuel economy. That VTEC 4-banger. I mean, it's got gas mileage for days. And again, incognito. No one's gonna expect the Goon Squad to be running around in an old ratted out Honda Civic.
Unless you're on the West Coast.
Unless you're on the West Coast. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then for my last one, this one again falls into just the dead nuts reliability, ability to fix it easily, quickly. But this one also is more geared towards the deep woods, off-roading, backtrack kind of, I guess, utility vehicle. 1989 Nissan Hardbody. I choose specifically the 89 Hardbody because Top Gear, back in, I want to say 08 is when they did their series on it. They set out to take this hardbody and break it. They said if we cannot get the engine running with a set of tools you would find in the cab of the truck, it's dead. They sunk it in the ocean. They blew a building up with it on top of the building. They set it on fire. They buried it alive under I forget how many 1,000 pounds of dirt. And they did something else to it. And to this day, it sits in their museum with the engine running. The frame is like this. You can't drive it, and the engine still runs.
Yeah.
Well, to speak on that,
No.
Yeah.
I own a 92,
93.
93. Sure, 93.
Yep. 100% sure.
93 Nissan Hardbody.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know how many miles I drove it this way
Mhm.
because it was just when I finally decided to check it.
Mhm.
I ran this truck with no water and no oil.
Yep.
And it just kept going.
It just kept going.
I
Never
remember
knocked.
you trying to put oil in it.
Yeah, never knocked, never did anything. I mean, and I pulled the stick out, and it did that.
Dust comes
Yeah.
out.
So I was like, I
There's a
guess I
bat
need to
in
get
there.
some oil. So I put a quart in, ended up filling it all the way back up.
How many quarts? A lot.
3.
3.
Of course, it don't take much.
Everything they made.
Gas mileage, unreal.
Oh God, 30 miles a gallon, easy.
The truck is tough.
Of my picks, that's why I picked it last, because the other two aside, those are again more geared towards people in the modern world with the Prius, and then more towards people budget conscious, because it's going to be a little more expensive to find a hard body these days. But for my personal, I could screw the other two hard body all the way. That is my number one, period.
I like that.
I like it. My turn.
And it's small enough too, and you can attest to this. You can road trip with it, and then yeah.
Oh yeah, you go anywhere you want to.
I have one problem with the hard body.
You can't sit in it.
I can't.
Yeah, he's too big.
I'm 6'1" and I'm too tall to drive it.
That's why I end up with it. Okay, my criteria on this was
You got a book?
no, it's just I don't forget nothing. I don't wing stuff.
He's old.
I don't.
Ooh.
I get my stuff.
How did he said you're old and you still
You said you got a book.
You can't just excuse your running the mouth because somebody else runs the mouth.
Okay, my criteria is this: grid down situation. Go set the truck. Grid down situation. Apocalyptic time. Crap's hit the fan. So you got to start thinking: how do I want to get around? How do I want to be able to transport people that I love, supplies, things like that with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I looked at it a little bit different than these three did, in the fact is what they chose.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I thought about was worst case scenario instances.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that came to my mind was EMP.
Electronics gone.
All electronics are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're fried. Your vehicle's not going to crank. If it has a computer on it
Yeah.
that monitors or runs anything on that vehicle, it's not going to crank.
That's true.
It's done. So I got thinking from there, okay, next situation.
Model T Ford.
Gas. The number one commodity is going to be unleaded gasoline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want unleaded gasoline. I want diesel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, because here's two reasons on that. There's so many things that are going to be sitting on the sides of roads and in farms and in woods with your logging crews and things like that are going to have diesel in them.
Siphonable diesel.
So that makes it possible for me to continue to run. And if all else fails, I can take a diesel engine, as long as it's an older diesel engine, I can convert that to run on vegetable oil.
Yeah.
And I can convert that to run on so many different things where I can actually use it continuously.
Now let's caveat this with saying that you're going to be constantly repairing it running on vegetable oil.
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, as long as you keep it flushed, you don't have that problem with it.
Well, I mean,
Gasoline, say, well, I'll just store up a bunch of gasoline. Here's the reality of it. The new gasoline with ethanol in it, 3 months is the shelf life on
Yeah, it goes
Unless
bad.
you put a fuel stabilizer in it, then you can push it to 6. Diesel, on the other hand, with a fuel stabilizer in it, you're going to get really close to still being able to run that vehicle at a year and a half.
Yeah.
Storing diesel.
I mean, you can convert to run on vegetable oil, but you can also convert to run on white lightning.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's so many different things
Yeah.
you can use to make that happen.
Or, I'm sorry, politically correct, biodiesel.
Yeah.
So, I thought of 2 vehicles.
Corn liquor.
2 vehicles that would meet all the criteria that I needed
You only picked
for
2?
that. No, I've got 3, but there's 2 that either or.
Okay.
First one, and I'm saying between the year 89 to 92, Land Rover Defender.
Okay.
Okay, I like the Defender.
Diesel engine, 4-wheel drive, manual transmission. Very easy to work on, very easy to maintain. The second one is between a 71 to 85 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Land Cruiser.
Now, here's my catch to them though.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sweet spot in there.
Mm-hmm.
80. I want an 80. If I'm going to do the Defender, I want an 89 110 pickup.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have the 300 TDI engine in it,
Mm-hmm.
so you're going to get that beefed up engine that's going to be inside of it.
Mhm.
And I looked today just out of curiosity. You can pick up one for about $18,000.
That's not bad.
The Land Cruiser, the sweet spot for it is that HZJ 79 model diesel pickup.
Mm-hmm.
You say, well, why you want pickups for? Well, because the fact is the versatility of those
Yes.
vehicles.
You
The
can throw
fact is
people in the back. You can throw
you
stuff
can
in
put
the
camper
back.
shelves on it and all that stuff. Now, the Toyota Land Cruiser, it's going to hit you for about 34.
Well, I actually looked at the Excursion too, and for anyone who doesn't know what an Excursion is, it is a long bed F-250 that has been turned into an SUV.
Right.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Beast.
Listen, pros on those two vehicles.
Land
Parts,
Cruiser free fitty.
the pros on them, parts are still available. Both of those vehicles, I looked at about 10 different sites on the internet that has these parts available.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this, and the fact is, you're going to prepare this vehicle before something happens. You're
Right.
not going to run out and pick this vehicle up. So you're going to have it prepared ahead of time. Plenty of it's pretty standard to work on. There's not a lot of there's no electronics in them.
Yeah.
So it's all gear, springs, and knobs.
So my question with that is, because I know you know the hard body does. Talk about parts available. Why year model of it doesn't have to be your year model. You can salvage parts from, or even some of them have cross like line model. Like it may not be a Land Cruiser, but certain parts will still work.
Right.
Like I know the Nissans, you could grab the engine out of or not a Nissan, sorry, the Hondas. You grab an engine out of the SUV and it would work.
Right. So there, and also the other con on it, they're proven.
Mm-hmm.
They're tough. They're reliable. Here's the thing: those two vehicles, you go to the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're going to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a correction right there. He meant to say the other Pro.
What's that con?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want it to be
the pro. The pro is that it's tough and it's been proven and it's reliable. I mean, if you take them out in the Middle East and the conditions that they have, the sand, the dirt, the wind, all that stuff, and those things are running all the time.
The IEDs.
The IEDs.
So, another pro of it, it's not going to draw a lot of attention. You was talking about that.
Yep.
If I'm running around in a Humvee, people are going to know something's going on. If I'm running around in one of those, they're not as likely to say there's something happening. I mean, even though it's still going to be a rig that looks more of a tactical form, I guess, depending on how I dress it up. But, I mean...
Not even necessarily a Humvee. If you're running around in your jacked up F-250 Punisher skull back vinyl, I mean...
You're a target.
You're a target.
And that's the main thing. In a situation, in a grid-down situation, you don't want to be a target. You want to be inconspicuous. Other ones, when we talked about this already, it can run on several different alternative fuels by doing that. The cons to it, it's old when you start with it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So you got to, that goes back to preparing it beforehand. Make sure the old parts are replacing new parts.
Well, buy a rolling chassis.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, buy a rolling chassis, rebuild it.
Another con, they're somewhat loud. Both of them with those diesel engines, you're not going to sneak up on nobody
Yeah.
with them. The Toyotas and the Land Rover itself, but the Toyota especially is a smaller vehicle, so you're not going to be able to get a lot of people in there, and it may make you a target. Just simply because the fact is that you're still rolling when everybody's not.
No.
Well, and two, know your vehicle. That goes for any of these older ones. If you buy it and your working one has some engine problems, go find you a junker that doesn't run, that the damage is chassis based or drivetrain based, and parts car for nothing.
Now, like I said, I went a different route with y'all than y'all did.
Okay.
Because y'all did, when I said vehicles, y'all stuck to vehicles.
I thought about doing like a Polaris or something.
Well, I've got specific ones in mind, because the fact is that I've researched both of them. I don't own either one of these.
Snowmobile.
I don't own a Land Rover either, but I mean, these two other things, I've actually researched them, and I may own some in the near future. The second vehicle that I would want, and this is more for me, this is a traveling system, is how I'm looking at this.
Okay.
It's a Montage, it's a paratrooper, 24-speed folding mountain bike.
Folding mountain bike.
Why is it a folding mountain bike? Because I can put it in the back of that vehicle.
Yep.
It's going to be packed away. I can hide it with it packed away that way. I can hide it in the woods where it's harder to be seen. But what it does is it gives me the ability to go places that even other vehicles can't go.
And guess what? If you're breathing, your feet's working.
Yeah, I was
Well,
about to
it
say
is.
no gasoline
No
required.
gas, no gas. The pros, no gas is needed.
No electronics.
They're extremely quiet. You're going to be able to get in places, and you can go places that most people can't. I just put a purposeful place there, and this is a place that a lot of people don't think about. And I've talked to y'all about it in the past, that it's important that you know this next thing that I'm talking about. With a mountain bike, you can travel the train tracks.
Yeah.
The train tracks stretch all the way across the United States. In a gridlock situation, it may be the only way you can get out.
Yeah.
So if you can get that bike on there, or if you can get that Land Rover out there on those tracks, hit the tracks. You're going to be surprised how far you're going to be able to go undetected, unseen, and you're going to be able to do the things you want to do.
No
Heck, I'm just
traffic.
gonna get a horse.
Well,
get a horse?
okay.
Now I've thought about a horse before.
Well, a horse, in theory, makes a lot of sense. But when you start thinking about it, the fact is that you're trying to feed yourself and this
You also
this
got to feed
big
the
animal.
horse, yeah.
That you got other situations where the horse can be damaged, it can be hurt. Not a bad deal, especially if you got a neighbor or a friend that owns horses already.
Yeah.
Work out something with them. You're a prepper, or you're preparing for something. Work out a deal with them. Say, hey, I'll take care of you. Take care of me.
Yeah.
Cons to it: you are the gas.
I'm taking a horse.
Yeah. Work out a deal.
But you are the gas, so you're going to be burning calories.
Jokes,
Oh, yeah.
by the way. We are not at all promoting robbing your neighbor for a horse.
The other con to it,
You still hang horses?
it limits how much stuff you can haul.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Unless you can attach a trailer to your back, and a lot of them you can. They do sell bike trailers or things like that. You're going to be very limited on what you can haul. But a lot of times when you're using this, it's more of a I'm trying to get out of Dodge situation.
Right.
Well, here's actually a bike trailer that you can hook up that pretty much hooks up to every bike, and most people won't think about it. Kid haulers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. My third one,
Yeah.
like I said, I was thinking outside the box on this.
So your number 3 is a 2-parter.
My number 3 is just one.
The Land Rover and the
Oh, the Land Rover comes with the bike.
No, the Land Rover and Toyota and the Land Cruiser were both just one.
Okay. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying now.
Either or.
Oh, okay.
I'd take either or. The third one, Coca-Cola Nirvana self-bailing pack raft.
oh
Pack raft.
Pack raft.
hit the boat.
This raft will fold up to the size of a medium-sized sleeping bag. Very stowable, very very easy to tote, very easy to use. It is very easy to inflate. That's what they're made for there. And this is a Class 3 Rapids raft. It's rated for the bad waters, the heavy waters, so therefore it's not going to puncture. It's not going to tear it as easy.
So for those that don't know, myself included, that's about as bad as they get, Class 3?
That's what you see on TV when they're flying 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Pros on it: it gives you the ability to move on water.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, gridlock situation, water you can move. It opens up more terrain to you. You can go places a lot of people can't go. Con to it: you can drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the reality of it.
Fall off the boat, die.
And also, you're a set duck in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're
Kinda
in the
hard.
water and they're on the shore.
It's kind of hard to hide in a
Only
boat.
move at night.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Just quick on the price points: the bicycle costs you about $1,000. The pack raft costs you about $1,400.
That's not bad.
And like I said, these are things that you've purchased ahead of time. This is a system that you've got together, and therefore you can actually move your family, whoever. You can move them into a different spot, because in my thinking on all this is I think I would rather take the ideal of a moving target is a harder target.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to continue to move. I'm going to continue to go other places. I'm not just going to hunker down in one spot, because whether you occupy a house or a farm or whatever, that's land you have to protect. That's
Right.
land that you have to guard. So therefore, I eliminate that problem and continue to move. You look at the movies. There's movies like Mad Max, stuff like that. That they continue to move, and it gets you back to what you were. At one time we were nomadic people. We moved back and forth, so that's what that would be the theory that I'd have with it. Okay.
I like that theory. We need to have another podcast just about the pros and cons of moving and staying, because I actually have kind of a different mindset. But overall, I mean, that's a good strategy. Like you said, we were nomads, and there's actually a lot of nomad tribes still today that do just fine. So,
All right, so I think that wraps up the vehicles. Just a kind of quick discussion of what we would pick.
well, it
in
fits the theme
apocalypse.
too.
Yeah, I mean, it really does.
Like, this is the stuff you keep in your car. So, what car you got?
Yeah. But links are going to be in the description.
Mhm.
We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm sure this is 2.5 hours at this point.
And again, too, remember that that's our fun question for the day. So, what are your 3 vehicles?
Yeah.
Yep.
And get as detailed as you want. If you want to hit us with a paragraph on your pros and cons, do it. Or if you just want to be like 1, 2, 3, it's up to you.
I don't know. Maybe you guys noticed we're kind of wearing similar shirts.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
We
They're
actually got
prototypes, so
Yep.
Yeah, this is not final product. This is proof of concept.
Yep. But thank you, Stephanie. We finally got our shirts in, and post office didn't screw it up, except they left it out in the
Rain.
rain
Yeah.
all day instead of putting it
Show
in
the
the
back,
mailbox.
by the way.
That mailbox. I can't really stand up from here, but
I'll give you a scooching.
there we go.
Yeah. It does have our logo on the back. It's got the Men's Club Podcast 2020.
They will be color matched on the final product. Again,
Yeah.
this is just a prototype.
Proof of concept. They're excellent shirts in my opinion.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
I'm,
will
maybe I'm
be-
biased. I love them.
This will be, if I'm not mistaken, the finalized shirt material. It's just the actual decal is going to be better.
Yeah.
But the actual shirt material, lightweight, breathable. It doesn't constrict you. I love them.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And they're true to size. Mine's a large and it fits perfect.
We're extremely grateful and
Yes.
super excited for the other ones to come. Like I said, Stephanie, thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to actually make us our shirts and
Yes.
make us anything that I asked for.
Make us
It's a
look
lot.
presentable.
Yeah. If everyone else is not realizing yet, we're beginning to allude to our merch line.
Yes.
It will be coming. This is a proof that it is starting.
Mm-hmm.
We're not fully launched yet, but we will be before long.
Well, it was also kind of a wear test, screen test to see how they would look, and
Yeah.
we all love them. So this is pretty much the design is what it is. It'll just be better.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to wear mine to work tomorrow.
Well, links are going to be in the description.
Yes.
I don't know if I already mentioned that. Check out the Facebook, check out the Twitter, check out the Instagram. TJ's doing stuff with that now. Like he mentioned, he posted his correction there first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do not forget, coming up next week, or the next week, with a special.
for the 4th of July,
Yes.
it'll be the 3rd, I believe, is when it's going to
3rd of
release.
July.
Yeah.
All right, so the 3rd of July, be looking out. It'll actually be the day before, but it'll be our Independence Day special. We're going to have some really exciting guests. It's going to be kind of a less structured format. We're just going to have a good time. You guys are going to have a good time with us. I think you're going to love it, so definitely check it out and recommend it to your friends. If they haven't been watching, this is the one to watch for sure.
Oh
It'll be
yeah,
the special.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be some special guests that we wanted you to meet. One of them tonight, couldn't.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, so next time we'll have that ready. But anything else good for the group?
Nope. Guess the flag.
Guess flag. Almost forgot.
Try to have a new one every week, and last week I apologize. That was me. But yeah, it's a fun little thing to do in the comment section. Guess the flag, and usually it's your dad.
Usually it's that, yeah.
But
He really knows
I'm
his
gonna shut up
flags.
now. I'm held at knife point.
Saw point.
Saw point.
Saw point.
Saw point.
I've been
Correct
Jordan.
me again. Correct me one more time.
Well, before RD loses his mind, I've been
It's
Jordan.
inevitable.
TJ.
I'm RD.
And I'm Pops. Ching ching pow.
Anyway.